The Design Review Board of October 6th, if we could first start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so first we'll start with attendance.
So noted.
Okay, and next we'll go to public comment. Is there anybody here speaking not as the applicant or? Oh, okay. Then we will close public comment. Next we'll go to approval of the minutes. We've all had a chance to look at the September 21st minutes. If there's a motion to approve.
I just wanted to make sure, because I didn't look at, but just revised as recused. An item.
Yeah, I noted on, it is on the page, it's on the third page.
I just didn't print it off, but as long as it's noted.
I did add on under the request for Wingstop. It's added, it was posted on our website earlier today.
Right.
It indicated that Mr. Keeps recused himself due to a professional relationship with Wingstop.
Okay, great.
So these are the older minutes, but in the new minutes, okay.
Correct. So I can just make a note that they're approved as amended.
Okay.
Motion to approve is amended.
Motion by Treasurer Keeps, support by Clerk Brooke. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That does pass. So next we have our new items. We have signs at 4087 West Maple Road for playables. And if the applicant wants to come up, we'll have Andrea go through it first, and then you can add some color after.
Okay, so the proposal that you have before you is for a new wall sign to be located at the southeast corner of Maple and Telegraph. This is in the shopping center that also has the Restoration Hardware as well as Leo's Coney Island to familiarize yourself with this. The tenant specifically that we're looking at is one of the northerly tenants that faces Maple Road. The tenant space was previously occupied by Jimmy John's. So you can see up on your screen here the tenant space in which we're referring to. The proposal is to install a, I don't know why the picture of signs on here.
That's what I was wondering.
I apologize, I certainly could put it up on DocuCam.
I was wondering. That's why I went back to the.
It did skip fast.
Because I went to back. Yeah, I'm like, what?
Sorry about that. Luckily we have this modern way of showing graphics. Okay, so the proposal before you, as you can see, it is a white LED illuminated sign. These are individual letters placed on a raceway. The raceway will be painted to match the color of the building, which is a requirement within the township. You can see the notation that there's no exposed neon and that this is the only sign proposed for the building. I just would like to indicate that the proposed size is 30 square feet, which is permitted within the 6% of the leasable area, so the sign does comply. There are no logos and no variances would be required. With that, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. It also does comply with our projection calculations that a sign cannot project more than 12 inches from the building itself. In this instance, the sign projects 11 inches. And with that, I'd be happy to, I know we have our applicant here and I can answer any questions as well.
Do you want to add anything to it?
No, she's pretty well sums it up.
Fully compliant. These are nice,
Fully
rare
compliant.
unicorns.
Make them easy. We don't want
Right.
to pull any strings.
I was kind of waiting for something else. I'm like, wait for it.
Not at all.
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Motion by Treasurer Keeps.
Support.
Support by Clerk Brooke. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And that does
you very
pass.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're our star, gold star of the day.
Come in for a pliable.
Yeah. When do they open?
Yeah,
We're
when's,
supposed to open this weekend.
and
Excellent.
what is playables?
Yeah, why don't you tell them what it is?
You can explain that.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it, but it's
Would you come on up to the microphone?
oh sure.
Thank you.
From what I'm told, it's healthy. It's a new healthy eating. They put in bowls. Last one I tried had a lot of fruit in there with some, well, they had a little caramel in there or something. So I don't know how healthy it is. I tried to get it the least, but it's real popular, I guess, on the East Coast. and they've started to brought, there's one in East Lansing already, there's one in Ann Arbor, so it's really for young, like college town. But they're hoping they're going to be all over the place. We got 3 more coming up in the next 2 months that we're going to be building.
Is it like a pokey sushi kind of bowl, or
No,
fruit
no, it's
bowl?
more like a fresh, like fruit type
Oh,
thing.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yogurt, I think.
Yogurt, and I think they make smoothies.
Oh, that's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks. Welcome.
Look forward to
thank
trying
you.
it.
Yeah.
Are you,
Okay.
are you with Pliable?
I am the contractor.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
And they have been put on notice that there's no window signage permitted.
Thank you.
It's been taken down today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
They had one and they removed it very quickly.
Especially fair warning, I live near there, so I'm keeping an eye on you. Bye. All right. Next, we have site improvements, 1200 Lone Pine Road, Hills of Lone Pine Association.
I'll go ahead and give a review and then we can have the applicant add on as needed.
Yes, ma'am.
The proposal that we have before you is located at 1200 Lone Pine. It's within the whole Hill of Lone Pines Association. Up on your screen here, you can see where the clubhouse building is located within the interior of the site. This is very straightforward in the sense where they have an existing pool. Again, you can see up on the screen there the kind of, it looks almost like a blue roof sort of building where you can see they're just off Wickford is the building and pool area that we're referring to. And it's very straightforward. As I stated, they have an existing pool fence which has been removed and they're in the process of replacing, which is what the request is before you today. They are asking to replace it with a 4-foot-high black aluminum fence in the same exact location. And because it is located behind the clubhouse, there is no road frontages, so therefore there's no requirement for this to go on to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And since the height of the fence does comply with the provisions of our ordinance, this would solely be approval from the Design Review Board and then a permit. And I also believe we went out there and took some site photos, and as I stated, you can see here, the trees are starting to change. And you can see where the fence is to be relocated in the same location, correct?
Correct. As the same original fence, yes, ma'am.
And it's just around the perimeter of the pool.
Correct. The only reason why we have the construction fence a little bit off of the variance there is just because we just don't want anyone to go ahead and go onto site while we're working on an active construction zone.
This appears to be another compliant unicorn. I don't know how to handle
So,
these.
I have a question, Andrea. Why, given that it's a private development, it's within the interior, why are we seeing this?
Because anytime we have anything more than single-family residential, the Design Review Board is tasked with reviewing any exterior modifications that's being made to the site. We've had other clubhouses in the past that we've reviewed fencing for.
Okay.
So that's just, it's because it doesn't fall within that single-family residential category.
Okay, thank you.
Right. All right.
I have no questions.
Any questions? Motions?
I move to approve as submitted.
Motion by Clerk Brooke.
Support?
Support by Treasurer Keeps. All in favor?
Aye.
That
Thank
does
you.
pass.
Thank you.
All right, is this gonna be a problem child over here? Do we have a 3 for 3? Next, we have 6675 South Telegraph Road for Mex.
Not about problems, but I don't think I'm a unicorn like the first two.
Okay, so what we have here is a proposal to do some facade improvements to the exterior of Mex, the existing restaurant. This is located at the northeast corner of Country Club and just south of cut off on my
South of Maple on Telegraph.
thank
It's
you,
on
south of
Telegraph,
Maple
yeah.
Telegraph. See,
Oh, big boy.
I really used the former big boy.
Yep, the former by
So Mex, I think you guys, I figured you guys opened approximately 10 years ago.
9 years ago from
9
Max,
years
yeah.
Oh, it's been that long?
So
been
they're looking
amazing.
to do a facelift.
Yeah, it's time.
They're looking to do a facelift on their site. So this is, as you can see, the existing exterior, and this is what they are proposing. Essentially, the changes involve adding the mosaic tile work to the front of the facade. So that's actually not just painting; those are actually it's mosaic. They're removing the pink canopy, and then I believe that you're installing the new glazing, which is actually going to go above and beyond over the top of the eating area, as well as removing the. Currently, there is more of a would you say plastic enclosure where it kind of comes down removable? So this
Yeah.
is eliminating that as well. I believe the building color is remaining exactly the same.
Correct.
Yeah, because when I drove by there this morning, I think it's staying the same. So the exterior of the building is actually going to remain the same. They are going to be adding the additional, exterior design there near the MEX sign. That MEX sign is the same sign that's currently there. Revert back to here, you can see it's the exact same sign. They will be taking it down and painting it, but because they're removing the exact same sign, putting it back in the exact same place, we would permit that. I also want to note that the wall that is located to the left, which I guess is a decorative element to the architecture, that is actually going to be painted by a local artist. It's kind of hard to see on this depiction on your screen, but maybe it's better to see it within your packet. But you can see there's a design pattern that is being added to that architectural feature. And then lastly, I just wanted to call out that they are looking to add a small MEX sign just above the door. You can see it on the facade. We would require that to have to go back to the zoning board because this would be secondary signage. So that may be a question that you have for the applicant regarding the additional signage. But other than that, this is solely just for a design review before you because they're not making any other interior changes, or I'm sorry, they are making interior changes. They're not making any other exterior site changes that would create any changes to the operations. This is solely just a facade improvement. So this would be the only stop. And with that, I'm more than happy, and I'm sure Josh would be probably better at answering any questions of what this overhaul is going to look like for the restaurant.
Happy to answer any questions.
Do you want to add anything, or?
She did a great job of explaining that secondary sign. Of course, we have to go back to ZBA for approval on that, but it would be smaller, obviously smaller than the other one, but the exact same design, layout, and color, just smaller and above the front door. The idea of that is because we're removing the giant iconic door that's been there for 9 years,
Right.
we need something to draw a little bit more attention to the front entrance there. So we'll see what zoning says about that if we get that far. But for now, that's it. We're changing out the tired pink awning that's got to go, and it leaks when it rains anyway. Replacing it with some proper. It's going to be all glass, sliding glass windows on the front, and then it's not glass, but it's forget the name of the material, but lighter above, but it looks like glass. Keeps the sun out, keeps the air conditioning in the summertime, but definitely an upgrade from where we're at today.
Do you want to explain them to some of the interior changes you guys are doing?
Sure.
This also includes
There's
some-
quite a bit of interior changes. We're ripping out
Introduce
all of
yourself.
the. Go ahead.
Could you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Josh Humphrey, representing MEX Peas and Carrots Hospitality is our restaurant group. Interior changes, we're ripping out all of the floors. We're going to do tile work. We're going to relocate the bar to about 10 feet away from where it is now and expand it. We're going to add in some, what we're affectionately calling arches. It's going to create a wonderful feel, and I'm not sure if that's part of the packet or not, the interior shots, but the interior is going to be significantly different as well. All new tables and chairs. Like I said, all new tile work on the floors and walls, lighting fixtures, things like that. So there's going to be quite a bit of permitting and work to be done on the inside, pulling electrical permits, and I'm assuming Fire Systems of Michigan will have to reroute some sprinkler heads, which will be 4 times the cost of what they used to be. So we'll have to go through all of those things as well to get to the finish line. So we're excited about it. It's a $1.2 million reinvestment in the space, and it's going to take us a couple of months to get there. We were supposed to start in the spring, but supply chain and couldn't get anything here, and we didn't want to close for more than a couple of months while we do all the work. So that's the plan.
When are you planning to do it?
We'd like to start, pending what you guys say today, I can pull permits next week and start demo as soon as possible so that we can get it all done before things freeze up. If I can get it 6 to 8 weeks, everything's on site in a warehouse. I mean, I got
Right.
all of the tile, all of the material in. My construction guys are ready to go. We've figured out how to relocate all my managers and employees to the other 9 restaurants, so
Good for you. That's
we're ready
great.
to go, pending your guys' approval.
And then is the wall on the left, is that the top, the artistic
No,
one?
that's going to be painted. The stand-up wall to the left of the front door, that's not tile, that's paint work. We want to hire a local muralist or artist to do the work. Haven't secured him yet. My partner Zach does most of that artistry work, and he's got a couple of guys he's talking to. But it's a funky green and yellow color scheme. And like Andrea said, I think it shows a little bit better in your packet, but
I don't see anything in the packet. That was the only issue. Where do you see?
It's that, but
No,
it's really
that's
hard
the
to
same
see.
exact picture.
oh, it is?
Yeah, it's, you
Well,
don't
I
really
thought
see
maybe
anything
you
better.
could see it better, meaning
No.
in front of your eyes as opposed on the screen. Not like there's an additional picture. I just thought maybe your visibility would be better.
So both sides will have the artwork?
Yep,
Yeah.
all the way around. It's currently a lime green right now
Oh.
and beat up over the years.
It is kind of a bummer to see the big Alice in Wonderland
I know,
door go,
right?
but it does look
Everybody
pretty
loves
cool.
iconic.
It does look really nice, though.
Yeah, it faces the west, so the sun and rain just beat up the wood.
Yeah.
And it's been really hard to maintain over the years.
Yeah.
Are we being asked to approve the secondary sign here as well, or?
You could make a recommendation that has to be, I mean, not a recommendation, but you would take an action
But
to
he's-
forward it on to the zoning board of appeals.
It
And
helps.
if you
Right.
had other comments that you want to be on a matter of record, then that would be, you could do that as well.
Sort of like a directional one instead of having a cling. You know how like they'll usually, because when you first look at it, it looks really cool and you don't know where the door is.
Right.
Especially if you're used to the old door. And
Exactly.
so I was thinking you put that in there instead of a cling to make it be like directional of, hey,
Yeah.
here's where you enter.
What's a clang?
Those window clings that they put
Oh, yes.
on to say like, here's our door, come in
Right.
this way.
Right. No, that's much classier.
It looks a little nicer than the window clings.
This is definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
The menu changing too?
Menu's definitely changing. Yeah, we're working on menu design right now.
Still Mexican though.
Still Mexican. Still have burritos and tacos.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, I had concerns when they put up I'll call that an awning initially
Yeah.
with the color. And over the years and recently, it's obviously faded and kind
Yeah.
of, and that was my concern originally. So I'm really glad that you're back with this kind of approach. Because I would normally have some concerns without seeing the exact colors of what's behind the green and yellow, but given the given the upkeep of what you've done and the context of how you're doing it in your operations, I have no problem with it and be happy to make a motion to approve what's presented and forward the secondary signage to the ZBA.
Support.
Do we need to reference that it's based on that color theme that's there? So it wouldn't be the lime green and everything? Or like, does Brian have to reference it or it's understood?
Painting?
Yeah. Because
I
it's a
think
pretty
that-
neutral, cool looking color.
Well, that's what it's being shown as, but I'm hearing you say lime green. So
No,
I
it's
guess-
No,
Correct.
lime
Placing.
exists.
Yeah,
that's
placing
placing
I
lime.
like funky green and yellow, and I was like, huh? So but if it's gonna
But
be
if it's
your-
that color palette,
Yes.
It is that color palette,
Okay.
which
Cool.
it's a little different there than it is on a computer screen. It is like a forest green and yellow pattern.
Yeah.
That's the theme. That's a theme to it. And again, Zach,
like
my partner, is the
chartreuse.
artist guy. I'm the
Yeah.
other guy.
So just to keep it, I guess, in context, let's just make it subject to the building department's approval, but.
Okay.
I mean, we would ensure
Perfect.
that and review
Okay.
that.
Perfect.
And I think that Josh is hearing
Yeah.
that directly.
Mhm.
So I don't think that would be an issue, that we
Okay.
have ways to follow up and ensure that that's completed the way it's expected to be completed.
Just to be
Perfect.
tasteful how you've always done it.
yeah,
so.
because it looks great. Yeah, so motion by Treasurer Keeps, support by Clerk Brook. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That does pass.
Excellent.
Great. Keep
Looks
up the
really
good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Tell James I said hello.
Really well.
We do miss Comos.
The other one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a long way.
Someone's trying to convince me to use those ovens and do like a ghost kitchen out of Mex and sell Como's Pizza out of Mex.
That would be a great idea.
Maybe I'll maybe.
We went there a lot.
So next we have any recent design review board approvals?
No, I don't have any additional data.
Okay, so the next meeting date will be Wednesday, October 19th, and I'd look for a motion to
We
adjourn.
adjourn.
Or motion by Clerk Brook, support by Treasurer Keeps. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that does pass. See you then.